One day, Edward was chilling in the sheds where he lived with the other engines. They were all bigger than Edward and boasted about it. Except Thomas, but we don't talk about him. Anyway, the driver won't choose you again, said Gordon. He wants strong engines, like us. But just then, the driver and fireman came up and felt sorry for Edward. Would you like to come out today? Oh, yes, please, said Edward. So they lit his fire, made lots of steam, and Edward puffed away. The other engines were very cross at being left behind. They didn't know that Edward still had a couple good years left in him.
You know, that'll probably be the last run that old man ever gets.
Thomas felt pained. Hey, he does way more work than you will ever do in the yards. The backbone of our railroad depends on Edward.
I don't believe that. I have no doubt that tomorrow it's going to be me pulling the first train. And he'll be stuck in the sheds for all day tomorrow.
Edward then quickly steamed in. Guys, guess what? Guess what?
What is it, old man?
I'm going out again tomorrow.
What?
No, that's not possible. Good on you, Edward. Unfortunately, Edward didn't hear anything that was said because he was so tired and so excited he had fallen asleep at once.
Next morning, Edward woke up to this.
You watch me, little Edward, as I rush through with the express. That will be a splendid sight for you.
Same old, same old.
Goodbye, little Edward. Look out for me this afternoon.
After that talk with Gordon, Edward went to go and do some shunting. Edward liked shunting. It was fun playing with freight cars. He would come up quietly and give them a bump. Ow! Oh! Ow! What is happening? Ow! He organized all the cars into the correct sidings. Presently, Edward heard a whistle. It was Gordon, pulling a very dirty freight train.
A freight train, a freight train, a freight train, he growled. The shame of it, the shame of it, oh, the shame of it.
Meanwhile, at the top of Gordon's hill...
Meanwhile, Gordon only had made it halfway up the hill before he stalled. What do you think he's stopped for now? I haven't a clue. Maybe we should go and ask him. Yeah, just like we have a couple hundred other times.
Oi, Gordon, what's the hold-up? The noisy freight car's holding engine back so I can't make it up the hill. Like heck you can't make it up the hill. You've gone up here hundreds of times with coaches and trucks before. What's the difference?
Well, you see there, Charlie. Coaches are respectable things and love being pulled by engines, while trucks hate it, and they will do anything in their path to stop us from getting them to point A to point B.
Fine, if you won't move, we'll call for help.
We're gonna lose our jobs. Should I phone the station? I suppose so. We're stuck on this hill otherwise. Alright, I'll be back. Meanwhile, Edward was chilling in the sidings when the signalman came up. What seems to be the matter, sir?
Well there, Edward. Gordon is stuck on the hill and he needs help. And surprisingly, you're the only engine that actually, can help him. Thomas and Henry have a train to take in about 5 minutes and they can't be late. So they need you.
I can do my best, sir. Tell him we'll be on our way.
Don't worry, Gordon, we're on our way.
Well, help's on the way. We just have to wait about 5 to 10 minutes.
Ay. Of all days for this to happen, it has to be today.
Hey, hold on a second. Who's coming to get us?
I believe it's Edward and his driver.
Gordon is gonna love hearing that.
What am I going to love to hear?
Edward's on the way to come and get you and push you up the rest of the hill.
Oh, the indignity.
Ugh, what was that?
We've come to push. No use at all. I'm surprised the top of that still keeps you running. You're so weak.
Oh, is that the challenge, Gordon?
It might not be. Do your best.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Ugh. 1,
2, 3.
They cleared the hill, and Edward puffed into a siding out of Gordon's way as he flew down the main line, off into the distance. And Edward's driver said, "I'll get out my paint tomorrow and give you a beautiful coat of blue with red stripes, and then you'll be the smartest engine in the shed." Edward replied, "Thank you, sir, and I will try to keep that title to myself."